Cool.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, and welcome to Multimedia Madness, the show where we talk about TV, movies, games, all kinds of things that you may be interested in. My name is Davis Sterling, and this is...
Jayden Burgard.
How's it going, everyone? Today, the main topic we're talking about is our Thanksgiving, how everything went over the weekend. The UFC event that happened, McGregor vs. Khabib, that was a crazy event. And some little bit of Spider-Man into the multiverse, Spider-Verse, if we can get into it.
Alright, so first things first, before we get started off, I gotta make sure we shout out to all our followers. This one appeared off streams. It's me, but you know,
You know,
you gotta add that on. We liked having that little flair.
need a little bit of support from ourselves, you know.
Yeah, exactly, dude. If we're not supporting ourselves, then what's the point, right? All right.
So how was your weekend?
I was really good. I saw a little bit of my family. We got sick over the weekend, as you can probably tell.
Everyone's fucking sick.
I
This
know.
fucking cold, man. It's going everywhere.
Everywhere. Like,
That's what I take vitamins for. Multivitamins. I haven't been sick in like a year, so
multivitamins are the future. But yeah, everyone here at school seems to be sick. Like,
yeah, my teacher was sick today too.
yeah, exactly. A couple of kids in my class are sick. I was probably the worst because if you don't have like tissues and stuff, you just annoy everyone.
Well, yours was you were just sick a couple days ago too, so.
Oh yeah, I get sick a lot. My immune system, like, I can go into the whole story of how I got pneumonia.
Let's
but
not
do
go
that.
on
Yeah,
not on
we're
this
not gonna-
podcast, okay? Yeah. I
Alright.
don't think people need to hear about that.
Yeah, but yeah, got to see my cousins a little bit. Had Thanksgiving dinner, it was lunch with my family. Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know this. So my hair is black. My hair normally is brown, but I dyed my hair black last Wednesday or the Wednesday before.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, so I've never really been around that side of the family with black hair. Legit, the only person that noticed was my Uncle Mike. And my Uncle Mike, awesome guy, but he's really not the most attentive person.
Oh, and it's just so random that he was the one that actually noticed.
Yeah, he calls, like, I wear all these colorful hoodies and stuff, and he notices that, but he's like, you did something with your hair, didn't you? I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, you're the only one that's noticed so
It
far.
did take me a second to notice it too, but
Yeah.
like I said, when I did notice, I was like, hey, I wasn't 100% sure, because I've only known you for, what, a month?
Yeah.
But it's pretty bad that your family doesn't actually get it.
No, I know. Like, I think it's just because it blends in so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But anyways, yeah, that was my weekend. Played video games. We had our match on Monday.
Oh yeah, I saw your. I think it was you had that on Instagram. No, it was Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat. Unfortunately, the Spooker Ookers went 0-3 again. Apparently, you need a 5-2 match record to actually make playoffs.
Oh.
So we either need to win all
All five in a row.
Yeah, and we need to win 5 in a row nonstop.
What's let everyone know what game you're talking about?
Oh, sorry. We are part of the TESPA Hearthstone Collegiate Tournament, and the Spooker Ookers, led by me, are apparently 0-2. We cannot get lucky. First,
You need the W.
like we can't get a W for the life of us. We try our hardest, but it's like poker. You get one raw draw, you're fucked for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. We played better than them, but they just got the lucky cards.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not taking it too hard. We're gonna get some practice in, get some scrims, have a couple meetings.
At least it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It was really annoying to lose six games in a row, but like that's kind of what you're here to do. You're here to win.
Is there any like prize money or anything?
So first place gets $3,500 in US dollars in scholarship money for each teammate, which transferred over to Canadian is $4,600.
Holy shit!
Yeah, no,
So-
there's a lot on the line here.
It's not just for fun. Okay, so that's why. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're going with the. That's why we're going for the hard send, dude. So we want to win. Apparently, like, it just degrades. 32nd place to like 17th gets like $40.
Oh, so even the lowest placed people still get a little bit of something.
Not even close. There's in our region alone, there's probably about 100 teams, and there's 4 regions, so 400 different colleges.
Oh
so,
shit! Yeah. Okay.
Since we're on the West Coast, things are getting a little bit rough, but Yeah, it's a good time. We're having a lot of fun with it. It's a little bit stressful getting teammates and getting decks together, and then of course losing twice in a row. But what are you gonna do? We'll come back strong. The Spooker Ookers will take week 3, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Okay.
Guaranteed.
That's
You
something you're
can
betting
quote
on.
me here. We'll go 3-2. We'll go 3-1. Doesn't matter.
You gotta
If we
get at
the
least
clean
one.
sweep, we're gonna get the fat clap on them. We're going to the bar to celebrate. Drinks on me.
Alrighty then.
Guaranteed.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna come just for the drinks. How about that?
I appreciate your support.
Yeah. Wow. Well, fuck. Basically, I have a weird kind of living situation right now
Which is
because I live in like a basement apartment, but it's not even a full apartment.
yeah.
So the woman I live with, she is a family friend.
Yeah.
So I still kind of had a Thanksgiving, but I didn't do anything interact with my actual family, like my parents or anything.
Oh.
But I basically worked the entire day, the entire weekend, and then went home and had a little bit of turkey, a little bit of stuffing, that kind of stuff, mashed potatoes. It was really good, but
Yeah.
we were watching a kids movie because she has two 11-year-old twin daughters, so they're watching like Disney Channel stuff all the time.
Oh, so
But-
you get a lot of Disney.
So it was the Disney stuff. While I'm up interacting with them, like they're definitely really nice people and everything like that. But it's still a little bit of like, okay, I'm good. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
that you
I'm-
need your distance, need
Yeah,
your
but-
space from them.
on the other note with that too is that I got to watch the UFC fight for free, so I'm stoked about that because she's military. So we go to the mess and we get to watch it for free.
God
like,
damn, dude,
And,
that's awesome.
And UFC's like the only sport that I actually follow.
yeah,
I do watch a little bit of hockey. Sorry, Oilers fans, but you're not gonna hear a whole lot of that on this channel. Maybe a
Yeah.
little bit during playoffs if
if
Oilers
the,
ever do.
yeah, if the Oilers can make a miracle happen, you'll hear it here for
Yeah.
sure. But honestly, other than
Yeah.
that, we're not too close for it. Sorry,
Major-
Zach, but
Yeah.
Zach being our bomb as digital suite technology instructor, God bless him,
Digital Suite is basically audio and visual editing.
which has been a blast so far.
So far, yeah.
I'd love to upload my old projects and stuff. I don't think the
We
Madison
can't.
quiz-
I don't think we can because the audio. Right, remember that you tried doing that?
Yeah, no, it's like what's the other one? The
Big
the
Lebowski.
the keyframing.
Oh,
I should did I
Oh
show
yeah,
you the
yeah.
key
You showed me
frame?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
we can probably upload it on the channel too, just for people to, because there's no. Oh,
no,
it
there is audio.
Has the Star Wars thing too.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. We'll figure that out. That's a whole different thing. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, guy. Anyway,
anyways,
but yeah, basically
back to the
bringing that into what we're the UFC event. Holy crap, was that good?
okay. I didn't watch this, but I was super hyped when I started hearing all the stories and stuff around it.
Yeah.
So I'll let you explain everything that happened.
Well, first of all, as I was basically like, just the prelims were really good. I'm not even going to go into the main story yet. I'm going to go into like the actual event. Like, there was quite a bit of fights. All the actual prelim fights were really good. There was a couple. There was a fight. It was a heavyweight. I totally don't remember the name of the guys, but it was one guy he was fighting the entire time. I had him, like, everyone was thinking, okay, he's gonna win. He's gonna win by decision, something like that. I even leaned over to Patsy, that's the woman I live with.
Mhm.
I even said to her, I'm like, this guy's gonna win unless the other guy is able to like knock him out. Literally 20 seconds left of the third and final round. The other guy knocks the one guy out.
Really?
Yeah, straight up. Like, so to make it easier to just like, tall white guy, shorter black guy, both heavyweights, right? White guy was dominating the entire time. They had most of the rounds won. It was kind of tied first round. Definitely won the second round and was winning the third. He straight up would have won. And I'm like, holy shit! Just goes up. Last couple seconds, ground and pound, hardcore right to the guy's face. It was fucking
Oh.
like, holy shit.
I would never watch that just off of personal bias, but that actually sounds fucking incredible. Like,
Yeah.
if you could recreate that in a video game, and I'd watch it.
Yeah, well, that's what the UFC game is for.
Well, yeah, but the UFC game isn't realistic. Have you seen video game glitches where the guy just goes like fucking
Yeah.
flying?
But that's with any video game. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, that was definitely one of the best fights. But then, so the big thing was what everyone has been saying: the fight of fight of fights. Like, this has been one of the most anticipated fights, basically, of UFC history.
Is it bigger than Mayweather?
Mayweather,
Mayweather.
Conor versus Mayweather. That one was really big, but this one's bigger just because Khabib at this point in time before the fight started was 25-0, and McGregor was, I think I'd have to look at the stats, but I think he was like 17-3 or something like that. He was just super cocky. Like he kind of earned the right to be cocky because he was really good. He was really good at finishing fights, really good takedown defense, stuff like that. And that was if he had stronger takedown defense, he possibly could have won because Khabib is definitely one of the best takedown artists in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he like I definitely I watched some YouTube videos before going to the fight and everything like that, and it went exactly how everyone thought it was gonna go. Khabib took him down, got a good trip in, and then what round was it? I think it was the third or the fourth round. Got a rear naked choke, it goes up, chokes him, and Connor tapped him out. Got tapped out like, and it was just super cocky. And then the big thing that people are actually probably hearing about with this, if even if you're not a UFC fan, it's still on Facebook, Twitter, or anything like that. You might have probably have already seen is the aftermath of the fight.
Yeah.
Freaking Connor taps out, and then Khabib like jumps the fence and gets into a bit of a brawl. Yeah, gets into a big brawl, and there was a big fight that broke out, and literally, so I'm watching it live because of this brawl. The camera zoomed out of the ring, so you couldn't see everything properly. Like I wasn't even sure at first who it was that was fighting.
Yeah.
Like not fighting, but yeah, I guess. But yeah, it turned out that there was because there's this big war between like the Irish and the Russians apparently. So, but like then there during the interviews afterwards, Khabib goes and says, well, like there was a bunch of shit that McGregor was doing, like like throwing him down, like saying like shit about his dad and his religion and stuff like that, being like a quote unquote like bully, literally like if
that plays into Conor McGregor's like personality, but it's so overdone.
Yeah, exactly. Like some people even but it was pretty ridiculous. So normally during a title fight, you get the belt. Dana White, he's the UFC president, right?
Yeah.
He didn't even go onto stage to give Khabib the belt. He was like, "This is disrespectful." No, you're like he still got the belt. He still has it, but Dana did not put it around him.
Really?
Yeah, because of how ridiculous it was. But so yeah, aftermath interviews and stuff was like, well, Connor's so much of an asshole. He's literally being a bully. Like it's never has there been like this much anonymity between people.
Yeah.
Like, and like Khabib, he's Russian, so his English still isn't the greatest, but he was still just like laying down, doesn't care, doesn't say anything until after like he lets his fighting actually talk for him, right?
Yeah.
Same style as like George St. Pierre, like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it sounds like Khabib took home like a well-deserved belt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The fight, and now so he's definitely one of the pound for pound, definitely one of the best fighters there has ever been in the UFC.
Really?
Like, and that's entertaining wise, not in my opinion, not majorly, because he is a takedown fighter. Like I said, like he takes some guys down, then he'll punch them in the face, ground and pound, whatever, or do a choke or something like a submission. So it's kind of interesting to fight, but I like watching stand-up fighters better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did not know there was like this much There's much layering to a UFC fighting, like stand up, takedown.
Oh yeah, if that's literally the only sport that I actually follow. It's been a few years since I've actually really got into it. Like I was a lot more into it in probably 2010 to 2010 era, 2010 to like 2013, 14ish. But I had a big gap of years where I didn't watch it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've been re-following it again. So yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely like. If you're not into sports or anything like that, it's the same thing. Like you're not gonna be interested into regardless. But yeah, that's the one sport that I like. I literally got like hyped and to the point of going like, "Holy shit, fuck yeah!" Like, yeah, I was a little drunk too, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, drunk on Thanksgiving, man, watching UFC. That's the dream right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, most people normally watch football, but
yeah.
well, or I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a ton of memes and stuff going around, like that are just showcasing the McGregor and
Khabib.
Khabib.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cuban. I don't know why, dude.
That I took.
I'm terrible with names.
No,
But
that's no, it's all
anyways,
good. Yeah.
McGregor and Khabib fight. It was like a McGregor needs his whole team to beat up Khabib. Khabib just goes and beats up McGregor's whole team. I was
Yeah.
like, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Exactly. Like.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was just interesting. Yeah. I don't know who else really listens to or watches it, but like, if there's another big one, I'll still probably watch it. But
Yeah. I don't know. I think at this point, if there's going to be another fight with McGregor taking on some big time champ, it's not gonna go well, and
No.
it's gonna be so overplayed.
No, they're-
like, how much money do you think these guys made off
Oh,
that match?
you get. I think it's. You get like. So for winning, I think is. I could be way out to lunch here, but I think it's like 10 million to win, and it's still like 5 million to lose at this level or something like that.
Million to
If
wow.
you win something like that, like I said, I could be way out to lunch, but I know it's in the millions. I don't remember how
Dude,
high, but
Sign me up for this job. $5 million just to get the shit kicked out of me? Oh, fuck yeah,
well,
dude.
literally, have you seen Here Comes the Boom by Kevin James? It's a
No.
terrible movie. People hate it,
Oh, well.
but it's the basis is true. Like he literally goes in to lose to win the money.
That's
like-
such a scumbag tack. That's what the movie's about?
But the reason the movie's about to lose because he has a little bit of wrestling skills and he knew he couldn't compete.
Excuse me.
Oh, we have a pause for a moment. Oh. Okay, sorry.
Alright, sorry about that.
Okay, a little bit of an interruption. Okay, we need to quiet down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did not mean to do that. Sorry.
You
No.
can
So what?
never realize how loud you are
Exactly.
with these things on.
So what the movie Here Comes the Boom is about basically is it's a high school and there's the music teacher is losing the music program at the school for budget cuts, so they have to try to get money some way, and Kevin James' character is like an ex-wrestler, so he kind of works his way up to the ranks of the UFC and stuff like that, and then he tries to just get as much money back or whatever for the music program is the reason, because he knew at that level he couldn't win, so he was just trying, okay, I'm just going to go in just to at least to lose to get some money.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's kind of, like, it seems like, oh my god, what a hero. It's like, that's kind of just a scumbag thing to do, just to go in, just to lose and make a ton of money. Like, if you're not, like, I guess he was training to win.
Yeah.
But, like...
Well, he does win his fight at the very end of the movie, too, so...
Wow, he actually win. How much training did he have in that movie?
It's a montage moment, as most movies are. It's...
Okay. I can only understand that if Kevin James had been training for like 3 years.
No.
It's like, oh yeah, in a month he became the world's greatest boxing champion. Like, no, fuck off, dude. There's no way.
That's why people hate on it, because, and it's so ridiculous. Like, it's definitely, people hate on it because it's so unrealistic to the real UFC. But they do have Joe Rogan in the movie, and Joe Rogan's the main announcer for the UFC. He's one of the biggest names. Like, Dana White is president. Joe Rogan's like the biggest announcer. They're probably pretty well at par for names for popularity, and he's actually in the Kevin James movie. So
really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't know. It's people hate on it. It's not the worst movie in the world, but it definitely doesn't represent the UFC very well.
No, I mean, no movie I feel like ever represents anything super well, especially in the gaming world. I don't know if you've ever watched like any gaming movie ever.
Yeah.
But it like doesn't make any logical sense. Like, the biggest thing that I can come up with is like Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
So bad.
The stupid robot that makes you like run around. It's like that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Like, they're laying on a table. You like, I can get you thought this would be cooler, but it just looks
to make movement.
stupid. Yeah. It just looks stupid.
Yeah, I remember that movie. It is hard to make a video game into a movie like Prince of Persia. Is not a bad example. Same thing not Resident Evil, the Tomb Raider movies. They're not garbage. They're not that bad.
Dude,
the newest one was good.
The newest one was really good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and it had actual UFC fight moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Had real life fight like what real fighters would use.
I think like most movies are getting better with choreography. I find, especially like, I don't know if you ever saw the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
behind the scenes video where Bucky is facing off against Captain America.
Mhm.
Just like the 1 minute segment of them uninterrupted fighting,
Mhm.
on it's so good. I was
Yeah.
just like, that's super impressive.
And so bringing that up, back
Uh,
to you. Back to you. George St. Pierre is the French guy in the beginning of that movie. So the French guy that Captain America fights is an actual UFC fighter, a Canadian UFC, French Canadian UFC fighter. George St. Pierre. He's probably the most popular in Canada. The only thing is that, but that goes in the opposite of what I'm saying though, because George St. Pierre is a real fighter, but then they use Hollywood fake flips and moves and stuff like that in the movie.
yeah, of course. You gotta add that the flips for dramatic
The
flair.
flair, yeah.
It's ridiculous to see, but every 9-year-old kid or kid who's 9 years old at heart is just like, oh, I want to do that. It's so
Yeah.
cool. Like what was it, Arrow or whatever? I think it got criticized for having too many fake flips
No,
or whatever.
I don't
Really?
know. I haven't heard that.
It's like there was like one flip that was completely unnecessary. Everyone's like standing around. He's like, "Oh, watch this!" He literally runs towards the wall, puts his hand on it, does it like not like a front flip or back flip. He does a
Side.
sideways flip, like
Yeah.
inverse with his hands, and he does a full flip, and it's just like, wow, that was so unnecessary. Or like he has one where he's like nothing's coming at him. He's not doing anything. He just jumps up and does a backflip. It's like, what the fuck is going on here, guys?
I don't know, just to add, but yeah, and then there's like Tom Holland for
Tom
Spider-Man.
Holland's
He's an
good.
actual acrobat. Like he has dance and acrobatic training that is.
And he's British and adorable. Ladies, why are you not swarming them? I'm pretty sure they
Actually,
are
there
swarming.
are there's a lot of people that follow him on Instagram and everything. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
he's like what 21 something like that.
Oh my god, dream man right there. Holy, like
Man crush.
man crush. Yeah, dude. Tom Holland's pretty good.
He's definitely more of a like real life kind of version of Spider-Man, like compared to like Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield.
I never really watched any of Andrew Garfield. Tobey Maguire, I know just because it's Tobey Maguire. But I honestly, I just don't know about Tobey Maguire.
Well,
I
the very first Spider-Man was really good. The second one was good too. It was the third one just went on a weird tandem.
yeah,
Like, but the main reason why is because Sam Raimi didn't want to put Venom into the movie, but then the producer, what is it, Sony, said that he had to.
yeah.
So,
Speaking of Venom, apparently great movie from what my brother tells me.
mhm.
Terrible story wise, and every single nerd out there is getting pissed at it because it's how can you have Venom without
Without Spider-Man,
Spider-Man?
yeah, that's the.
So I don't know the mythos of that. If you want to
Yes,
explain
I
it,
can fill that in a little bit. I can go into a lot more detail, but I'm going to do the basic outline is that Venom is a symbiote from like outer space. He kind of like crashes onto Earth or whatever. It's explained partially in Spider-Man 3.
hmm,
Um, but it takes a host body basically, and then it kind of like breeds off them. So if you're like a darker personality type of person, then it's gonna get stronger that way,
yeah,
right? So and then it kind of it gains its ability by latching onto Spider-Man, and then it kind of so it gains the the strength and the web slinging and stuff like that from Spider-Man, and that then it Spider-Man defeats it or whatever through I think its main kind of weakness is like a sound vibration basically. So it jumps off and then it goes on to Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is Spider-Man's not Spider-Man, but Peter Parker's kind of nemesis because Peter Parker's a photographer. Eddie Brock is a reporter for the Daily Bugle, and
hmm,
like they're kind of stealing each other's kind of thunder or whatever. So Eddie Brock gets mad at Spider-Man, or whatever.
yeah,
So then the Venom symbiote attaches to Eddie Brock, and they kind of like um, started hating on Spider-Man together as like one big thing is kind of the general outline without going to, and
yeah,
then you get into Carnage with this whole other
hmm,
story,
yeah.
but that's why it's like. Yeah, I haven't seen the Venom movie yet, but I'm still not sure if I even want to spend my money on seeing it because I noticed that it's like 28% or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes, and
Yeah,
it's not Spider-Man. Like
I,
it doesn't have,
no,
it's not going to explain any of it.
exactly. Like, hey man, just use scene points,
True.
and you don't have to spend money. But yeah, I honestly don't know about it because I've never watched any of the other Spider-Mans really. Like I see bits and clips and stuff like that, and I
Hmm.
know the basic outline of it, and I know who Spider-Man is, but I think seeing Venom out of turn would just be like, oh, that was a cool action flick. It was like seeing. Have you ever seen the new Predator movie?
Not yet. No, I've
Fuck,
heard about it.
it's garbage. But like the only redeeming qualities in that are the comedy and the very last scene, which I won't get into.
Hmm.
But it's like from compared to the old Predator movies, there's nothing really.
No comparison.
No, it's such a stupid outline story. The physics of it don't make any sense. Like here's one thing. Giant 10-foot alien from another planet. Where do you like how would you think it compares to us as humans? Would it be
Hmm.
faster, stronger, shit like that?
Stronger, probably.
Stronger? Would you
At
say
least.
it's faster probably?
Probably. Bigger
Exactly.
legs and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it is unable to catch up to a scientist who has a leg injury by running. Like both of them are running at the same speed for plot convenience. And I hate that in movies. I hate when everything is done for plot convenience. I
Hmm.
love it when it's added to the plot and it makes sense. Going when it's just there for plot convenience, like give me a break, dude. Come
Yeah.
on. That's lazy writing. That's terrible. That's everything against what we're being taught.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
disgusting.
That's an issue that I'm having with my story development classes, trying not to have cliches and not have just because plot.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta avoid cliches. It's archetypes, not stereotypes. That's the motto to go
Yeah.
by.
Oh, you're
That's what the Robert McKee says.
Robert McKee's book. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're coming up on 27 minutes actually.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, talking about Spider-Man, we can kind of throw this in here. The trailer for Enter the Spider-Verse, since we kind of brought Spider-Man up kind of
Yeah.
organically. Kind of that's funny how it
So
came in.
I watched it just before we actually started this podcast, like 10
Yeah.
minutes before. Like it seems super cool. I wonder where they're gonna go with the story with it because like how they're actually gonna tackle it, having a bunch of different Spider-Mans going against one villain, or are they gonna train this one Spider-Man to be the basically
It,
ultimate Spider-Man?
yeah, it looks like the central focus is Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Uh, and then because based off the trailer, it looks like Peter Parker is probably in his mid to late 20s or so, and
Yeah.
Miles is still, because in the comics I think he's 14, no 12 or 13, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, early young kid, and then so Peter Parker's gonna be mentoring him obviously, and then Spider Gwen shows up too. That's cool,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah, it kind of only doesn't really show who the major villain is. It just shows something about a collider and like so that they can get back to the
I
universe. So it looks interesting
I
though.
think they teased us with like the big bald guy being the bad guy,
Do you,
but
do you know
we have
do you know who the bald guy is?
no.
Have you watched Daredevil?
No, and I haven't watched that one either.
D-
I'm really terrible with like watching stuff. I still
no.
haven't seen Infinity War. Like
Okay, that's okay. Okay,
Davis is
fair
just
enough.
like this friendship is
No,
over.
no, but the main character most is the villain that they're showing is Kingpin. He's
Oh,
a
I
cri- the
recognize that.
crime boss basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what is Kingpin doing with a super collider?
yeah, exactly.
That would be cool to if it actually made sense. It's like, oh, there's like we stole this from somewhere. We don't know what it does, but it's worth a lot of money.
Probably not. Kingpin is a really intelligent character. He's actually listed as one of the most intelligent most intelligent human characters.
Is he
Kind of.
like Moriarty as to
Yeah,
Sherlock?
yeah. That
Yeah,
would probably be a good way of, but
good equivalent.
depends on who he kind of spreads through heroes too, because he's in Spider-Man here, and then he's the main villain, and Kingpin is for more Daredevil, but still,
Yeah,
they're both like,
they're connected.
yeah, everything in the Marvel universe is connected. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
That's how we have Infinity War. Yeah.
Have you, okay, wait, speaking about Infinity War, have you at least seen the previous MCU movies to know what's going on if you were to watch Infinity War?
Like, what were the other ones called? Avengers.
Avengers, Age
Civil
of
War.
Ultron.
No, it's not Civil War.
Well,
Captain America, Civil War.
yeah.
Uh, Age of Ultron. I've watched. Yeah. So
Okay,
I
well,
watched those.
I would say before watching Infinity War, you have to watch. You don't need to watch the entire freaking 10 years of MCU. I have,
Yeah.
but
Don't
the
have
the
to.
min the you don't have to still watch it with Infinity War. If you really wanted to just to watch Infinity War, you still could. But the basically watch Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy. 2, Black Panther, and Thor Ragnarok would be the best ones
I've
I'd break
watched,
down.
yeah, I've watched all of them.
Hmm.
Like, I loved Black Panther.
It's
I've
such
seen
a
it
good
twice.
movie.
It's so good.
It's so yeah.
Like I feel like that could be its own podcast on
Oh,
its
just
own.
talking about just that
Just
movie.
yeah, because it's so good. Chadwick as an actor is incredible.
Yeah.
He fits the role perfectly. And then having
Michael B. Jordan.
Deathmonger as
Killmonger.
Killmonger. God damn it,
You're
dude.
fusing Killmonger and Deadpool together. Come
Yeah,
on, what is this?
yeah. Speaking of Deadpool 2, that was a disappointing movie.
It wasn't as good as the first one.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Everyone was like laughing super hard when like.
When you saw it?
Do you remember
X-Force.
Yeah, X-Force. Okay, so we'll talk about that a little bit. So this is kind of like spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but really it's not.
It's coming out on DVD, I'm pretty sure. Or it already is. I don't remember, so it
Yeah.
shouldn't be that much of a spoiler. It's
So
not like it's still in theaters, so.
Yeah, and it's not like it's an integral part of the story. Anyway, so they have the X-Force. Fucking all of them die.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
That's the
I
joke.
was like looking at him like that's not funny.
Yeah,
That wasn't funny to me. Like that was just tragic and sad and gross. Like
guy getting thrown into a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Terry Crews gets hit by a bus.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
And then Domino who luckily gets alive. I was like,
Luck-
Domino's like my least favorite out of all of them.
Domino, luckily. Yeah, there you go. Because you clued into that. That's her superpower. Is
Yeah,
luck.
no, I got,
Okay.
I know what the superpower is and stuff. And I was just like, I was kind of doing a play on words.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you accidentally said it. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
she luckily
Yeah.
got out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Well,
But-
that can be
No,
something else. How much? What are we?
Black Panther is greater than Deadpool 2. Just
Oh,
saying.
hands down. Hands down. It has a
Easily.
way better villain. Had a way better because Deadpool 2 was definitely like they were trying to mock DC too much with like the whole team up movie. It definitely was still better than Justice League,
Oh,
but well, not by much though.
No, I think
It's really
not by
close.
much, but
Yeah.
I honestly would say yeah, Deadpool 2 is better. I hated Justice League for the stupid fact that they set up Batman vs Superman to kill off Superman, which everyone knows will never happen because of corporate profits. So I was
Exactly.
just sitting there in the theater, I was just like, I want to die.
But that's okay. Well, I was gonna say something, but you haven't seen Infinity War yet, so never mind.
No. Okay, well, like I kind of know when Infinity War is. Thanos loses, Spider-Man dies. I've seen
You're
all-
making it very hard.
I
For-
see I see all the stupid memes. I see like the Thanos ones where it's like this is your home. Like Doctor Strange goes, "This is your home," and Thanos is like, "Yes, it once was." I see that, and I see all the Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good, and he fucking like
I don't
disappears.
want to. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to actually. Okay, it's on Blu-ray. You need to like at least rent it. It's on. I think you can rent it on YouTube for like
Okay.
$3.
Hold on. Does Spider-Man actually die in it, or does he come back?
So far he's dead. Yes.
Yeah, so far he's gonna fucking come back.
But there
I'm
is Spider-Man Home.
guaranteed.
There's a Spider-Man Homecoming 2 already released. So like Homecoming 2, like a bunch of sequels were released before Infinity War even came out.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, I'm gonna.
confirmed Spider-Man returns.
Oh, absolutely. They're not gonna kill. He just started his franchise. There's no way he's dead. Same thing with Black Panther.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. I think we should cut it here.
Yeah, I think.
We're a little bit over the runtime that we wanted, but you know what? That's
That's not
totally
bad.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had good conversation going.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let us know what you think about what we were talking about. If we kind of went rambling on for whatever reason, if you have suggestions for anything else that you would like to hear, let us know in the comments below or on Twitter, I guess, or Instagram. It is possible on Instagram, just
Yeah.
less common. But and we'll see you next week.
Exactly. Peace out, guys.